Hello again and welcome back to another one, and today we have more reports that have added to the mix of Eminem's impressive 2021 run on streaming platforms. And if you've been in the dark, prepare to get blown away by these reports, since Eminem did not drop a project in 2021, and remember, this is an artist from the 90s, and we'll explore more on this in a bit. We also have more links to the story we covered recently when Royce da 5'9" put Lil Xan on blast for blaming his former manager Stat Quo for enabling his addiction, and D12’s Kuniva was thrown in the mix thanks to a blunder in a new report, and Kuniva shared his thoughts on this a few hours ago. And before we get started, if you enjoy content like this, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and find me on social media at ETLifestyle_web. So the Indian-based publication Sportskeeda, I believe this translates to Sports Worm, covered the story on Lil Xan and Stat Quo, but something stood out and it goes: who is Stat Quo? Lil Xan accused his former manager of enabling his drug addiction. And of course, word got to Kuniva and he reacted on IG. Come on now, who's responsible for this? I got out the Swiftie lookalike phase and now they come with this, and I'm apparently supplying out there. And this got the whole squad laughing right now, from Royce to Trick, and to this a user reacts: whoever wrote that article doesn't know hip-hop and also didn't do any research, clearly. But the thing is, in the same article, they got the right picture when it got to the section about Stat Quo's music career. And I read the article. I don't think research is the problem, it's more of a lookalike problem from the perspective of the author. But jokes aside, the real surprise that has come with this news is the fact that most didn't know Stat managed Lil Xan. It's popped under nearly every post/reports on this so far, and over to you guys. Was this news when you found out Stat managed Lil Xan? Moving on to the next point, a couple of reports are in for Eminem that shows an impressive 2021 run, and we'll start with Spotify. It shows Eminem's 2021 streams on Spotify at 4.91 billion, so pretty much on par with his 2020 numbers when he dropped Side A and B, which is mind-blowing.
What sorcery is this?
And this has sparked some spicy reactions alluding to the heated debates at Christmas. In quotes, Eminem's music aged like milk, no replay value, who even listens to Eminem in 2021, clown emojis. Mind you, he didn't even release any project in 2021. 2021 was a weird year for Eminem detractors, as normally you expect the no-profile picture, 2 followers accounts to spew ignorance that's usually chalked as trolling, but on the contrary, it was verified journalists, reporters, media personalities, hosts, and their ilk that were spewing ignorance, the people responsible for covering mainstream stories and reports. Like, how crazy is that? Even on the Joe Budden podcast, a host literally referred to Eminem as a token in the Super Bowl lineup, tantamount to saying Michael Jordan was just included in the Bulls dynasty team for the sake of appearances. Speaking about how his classics have aged, the user expands: the Eminem Show pulling 736 million in 2021 is ridiculous. It is 19 years old album, damn insane. And based on what the Jay-Z/Eminem versus debate started, here's some context on what this means. Education is important from time to time, now more than ever, after the buffoonery we witnessed during those debates, and since Jay-Z albums were put on Spotify, the Eminem Show in 2021 alone outstreamed every J Studio album released that's not called the Blueprint 3. That's amassed a total of 847 million streams, so 1 in 13 albums. So how is it that many reporters got this so wrong during the Jay versus Eminem debates? Was it on purpose? Facts ignored for feelings? But there's more. Remember, Deezer was the first to report that Eminem was the #1 rapper in 2021 in the world on their platform, and in a recent story we covered, a report showed that Eminem was the #1 rapper in the world on this platform, YouTube. But here's another one to add to the mix. For the last 28 days on Spotify, a recent report shows rappers with the most monthly listeners on Spotify, and for the last month of the year, Eminem was #3 behind Doja Cat and Drake, with no album out, and managed to edge Kanye West, who dropped the most promoted album hip-hop has seen in probably a decade. And now some fans are rubbing it in, but no one listens to Eminem, clown emoji. But there was something called out in this report thanks to the ongoing debates on who is a rapper and who's not. And in In this case, many believe if Doja Cat is included as a rapper, then where is Lil Nas X? Check this out for instance. How you gonna include Doja but not Lil Nas? They pretty much do the same thing. And that's because, based on history from this outlet, Doja Cat only became in quotes a rapper when Eminem was dominating YouTube reports so badly and someone was needed to fight that domination. I provided records on this change in our coverage of the YouTube year-end report, and as you can see, it's turned into a slippery slope. Next up, where's Kid Laroi? And evidently, some people mistake Twitter darlings for real life. I need to see Doom, Tyler, Cardi, and Kendrick. The only act on that list who's expected, based on objective data right now, to make lists like this is Kendrick, and it's been a while since he dropped. I'm not dissing the other acts, I'm simply stating a fact. But that will be all for today. What are your thoughts on the 2021 performance for Eminem across several platforms with no album out? Tell us below. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.